after the sound check, Daniel will be joining us live direct from his home to our virtual world. So enjoy the concert.
I doubt I'd be singing with you folks today, and we might not be folk music fans anyway, if it wasn't for heroes with something to say, like Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Shoulder to shoulder, come whatever may, proud to be marching straight into the fray, in the footprints of giants who passed this away, like Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. We can't always win, but we never retreat. Sing it beginning to end and repeat. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. We stand without fear at the front of the throng, raise voices as one in each glorious song, sharing what we think is right and what's wrong, just like Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Can't always win, but we never retreat. Sing it beginning to end and repeat. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Ann Feeney, Tom Paxton, so many fine folks. Josh White, Libba Cotton, the mighty Phil Oakes, our sisters and brothers who shoulder the yoke, just like Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. We can't always win, but we never retreat. Sing it beginning to end and repeat. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. We're union and proud, come join the crusade. It's union we sing, it's union we're paid. Play for good people who honor fair trade, just like Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. We can't always win, but we never retreat. Sing it beginning to end and repeat. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. We can't always win, but we never retreat. Sing it beginning to end and repeat. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Leadbelly, Woody, and Pete. Well, howdy, folks. It's mighty nice to be back at Arhaven House Concerts, even if we have to do it virtually. And for those of you in the Bramble platform, it feels a little more like a house concert experience than those of you over at YouTubeLIVE. But anyhow, we're all together now. I really want to thank Joe and Bev for putting this all together. Arhaven House Concerts are a wonderful place to be in person. Maybe it won't be too long before we can do that again. We'll see. I tried to phone my daddy, had the number halfway dialed. Seemed like I felt him pat my shoulder, and I turned around and smiled. Thought about the 1,000 times I'd call him up and say, "Hello, Papa. What'd you do today?" I think he'd be proud of me, how much I'm like him. And I reckon he's with Mama, now they're happy once again. He tried hard to keep on living, but you know he had to pine. 20 years alone must seem the longest time. How do we go on without the people that we love? One foot after the other, no, they always wait for us. Face tomorrow, come tomorrow, slip the yoke of yesterday. All that matters is what you do today. My wife and I are getting older now. Our kids are grown and gone. We wish they always could be with us for this journey that we're on. They have their own lives, and it thrills me when one calls me up to say, "Hello, Papa. What'd you do today?" How do we go on without the people that we love? One foot after the other, no, they always wait for us. Face tomorrow, come tomorrow, slip the yoke of yesterday. All that matters is what you do today. All that matters is what you do today. Hello, Papa. Well, at my end, it says everything is working right and that the sound is coming through. I certainly hope that turns out to be the case at your end. Let's see about a little tuning real quick here. That's reasonably close for Albuquerque. So it's been over a year now since Ellen and I had this involuntary retirement from the road, and I've started using an old song of mine, or I want to start it tonight. It hasn't been out for a while, but this last year of staying home has made me think of it again. So. I'm fine for company, I like mine. I don't need a big crowd near. Sometimes I wander off in my mind, then there's no one here. That's the best I can explain why I was not at home today when you came by, then went away, 'cause there was no one here. Every time I think I can't survive, my heart wanders home, and I realize I'm fine. There's room enough in my mind. I could probably live in here. That's okay. drop by any old day. Part of me is always here. And I know that says I don't need a big crowd here, but I sure like having a big crowd here. And it looked like there were quite a few folks on Bramble, and I know there's folks over at YouTubeLIVE as well. So thank you all so much for coming. I know that there's an awful lot of things happening online these days, and I'm honored that you chose to come to my show. Somewhere around here there's a capo. You know what? I'm going to have to steal it off this other guitar. Give me just a second. It's the little things, like remembering to bring enough guitar jewelry up to the studio. I have a 1949 KB1 International pickup truck. I want you to see his picture here. Well, let's see. Hang on. I know where it is. Well, I'm trying to do the wrong song. That's what the problem is. Okay. Well, let's just retool here a little bit. There we go. So, what I meant to tell you right now is, in addition to being a solo performer, I'm also the newest member of the Limelighters. That's the iconic 1960s folk trio that has been around since 1959, actually. These guys here in black and white, that's Alex Hasselev and Lou Gottlieb and Glenn Yarborough, who started the Limelighters. And it's been going all this time, but of course, people have left, people have died. There's been some changeover, and nowadays it's Daniel Boling and Steve Brooks and Andy Corwin, and there we are in the color photo. And we have basically gotten to the point now where we've been together long enough. We have the historic Limelighters repertoire ironed out. And so we are now starting to use some of our original songs, because all three of us are songwriters, and do Limelighters versions of those. We'll have some videos coming out shortly. They are in production right now of those original songs, 2 from me, 2 from Andy, and 2 from Steve. But we have already done one of Steve's, and I'm going to show it to you a little bit later. But I want to do this song first and tell you that it's the next video of ours that's going to be out. And it features some wonderful artwork by my sister, Elizabeth Boling, who I think is with us here tonight. I didn't see her online before we switched over to the live feed here, but I think she's there. Anyhow, imagine a Limelighters version of this song, if you will. Sleeves rolled up, work gloves on, a dust mask on my face. It's time to sort and pack and load and ship my papa's place. Chunks of chain, hunks of board, a couple dozen scriptures of the Lord. Things we can't, things we must, under 40 years of dust. Chest waders with the feet cut off, hanging on the wall of my dad's garage. I don't know what he kept them for, but I'm pretty sure he never wore those chest waders with the feet cut off, unless maybe he lost his mind. But when somebody goes through things of mine, no telling just what they'll find. That throne-shaped toilet paper holder really reeks of class. A Victorian-era serving tray with dead moths under glass. What to keep, what to throw, who the heck is ever gonna know? What we pitch, what we save, take that secret to my grave. Grandpa wired with these pliers. I'll keep them for sure. And this pistol, mama's daddy carried in the war. But what to do with all this stuff? Every house already has enough, and give a bunch of things away and pity our own kids someday. There's chest waders with the feet cut off, hanging on the wall of my dad's garage. I don't know what he kept them for, but I'm pretty sure he never wore those chest waders with the feet cut off, unless maybe he lost his mind. But when somebody goes through things of mine, no telling just what they'll find. 'Cause I've got pay stubs clear back to the 60s, blue jeans that no longer fit me, and bags of rusty used guitar strings, projects left undone. Fallout from a jack of all trades, and junk that hasn't budged in decades. In my mind the choir sings, you are your father's son. There you go. Well, since I can't give you the Limelighters version of that song right now, I'm going to spin you our public service announcement that Steve Brooks wrote and we recorded early in the pandemic. So lend your ears if you would, please.
There was a time shaking hands was a welcoming sign, but now a hug could be passing a nasty bug we must embrace. The concept of staying in place, not playing it safe, can be such a blunder. I'd rather be 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. I'd rather be 6 feet apart than 6 feet under. Take my advice, take my advice. Friends, don't let friends go risking their lives. Don't get too close, don't get too close. I'd hate to give you a lethal dose. Just smile and wave, just smile and wave, and thank other people will save from early graves and eternal slumber. I'd rather be 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. I'd rather be 6 feet apart than 6 feet under. From a distance, we still can reach out and touch someone. Here's the difference. Let's do it smart, not do it dumb. Let's learn the art. Let's learn the art of being together while being apart. Meet face to face. Meet face to face. Only do it in cyberspace. It's strange, it's true. It's strange, it's true. But it beats going to the ICU. It's easy to do. You've got my number. I'd rather be 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. I'd rather be 6 feet apart than 6 feet under. I'd rather be 6 feet apart. Step away from the shopping cart. Rather be 6 feet apart than 6 feet under.
Isn't that fun? Good job, Steve. Well, many of you know that I used to be a national park ranger, and then I was a ranger for the Bureau of Land Management, and then I was a criminal investigator for the Bureau of Land Management. Altogether 30 years protecting our public lands and resources. But I think kind of how I got that bug was that in 1972, if I have my math right, my mother and my father and my sister Elizabeth and I took a trip up to Mesa Verde National Park. That's the cliff dwellings, the ancient houses tucked up in cracks in the canyon walls in southwestern Colorado. And I fell completely in love and wanted to live there. Let me show you a picture from back then. So I'm the boy in the red shirt there, just to the left of the center of the frame. And over the shoulder of the fellow in the cowboy hat, you can see a ranger in his uniform with his flat hat, and he's telling us all about the Anasazi, the ancestral Pueblo folks. And 10 years later, just about to the day, Ellen Jones, who's been Ellen Boling for almost 34 years, 38 years? Is that possible? Anyhow, she took this photo in the same place, Mesa Verde, in the same ruin balcony house. And at that point, the ranger was me. And so that's me on the ladder telling folks about the Anasazi. And I wrote a song called These Houses. Now, if we were all in the same room, I'd ask you to sing with me on this one. I'm going to ask you to anyway. I won't be able to hear you, and that's okay. But I'll know that you're singing. And these are the houses I'm talking about. Here's a photograph that my dear friend Lanny Wagner took of a ruin up in the Canyon of the Ancients near Dolores, Colorado. And this is unrestored, untouched since it was built by the ancients nearly 1,000 years ago. You can still see their fingerprints in the mud mortar. Just amazing to me. Anyhow, that's the houses I'm talking about, and the chorus says, these houses are not empty, these houses are not still. So just join in and sing with me, and you'll enjoy the song more, and I'll enjoy it more knowing that you're singing. These houses are not empty, these houses are not still. Their yawning doorways tempt me to enter when I will. Spirits still abide inside, each dwelling has its fill. These houses are not empty, these houses are not still. I saw these houses long ago when I was very young. Through the years I've come to know them rock and root and rung. Still I see their mystery, God grant I always will. These houses are not empty, these houses are not still. Before the man from Portugal discovered this new world, well, these houses were already old, centuries endured. Their children spread throughout the West, every canyon filled. These houses are not empty, these houses are not still. Many of these houses now lie buried in the sand, though we've long ago learned how and proven that we can. Should we dig their secrets up and use them as we will, these houses are not empty, these houses are not still. I know that I don't understand so much that I perceive. There's more to life than meets the eye, more than I dare believe. When at last my time is past, I'm more grist for the mill. These houses are not empty, these houses are not still. Spirits still abide inside, each dwelling has its fill. These houses are not empty, these houses are not still. These These houses are not empty. These houses are not still. Well, I know everybody saw in the trailer that we ran at the beginning, or maybe you joined late and some of you didn't. So I'm just going to put up a little advertisement here. If you, this is a free concert, we are just glad you're here. But if you happen to be flush at the moment and can afford it, and you want to make a donation, which I will pass along to the Roadrunner Food Bank, let me show you where you can do that. Let's see, it's right there. There's the addresses, and alrighty. Now, I mentioned my sister Elizabeth, and that she has done the artwork that the Limelighters are going to use in our video of Dad's Garage. She has also done all of the layout work and several of the covers for my CDs over the years. What Ellen has also done that I think is just fantastic, let me make sure I'm in tune here, that's going to work, is she made a small booklet for me that is an illustration of the lyrics to this song. And I hope you'll enjoy watching these illustrations while I sing it for you. I think you'll love them. Wash your face and comb your hair. Tie your shoes, put on clean underwear. Button up your coat and wear a hat. You'll catch your death of cold if you go out like that. Mind your manners, be polite. Wait your turn, don't pick fights. Remember, please, and thank you too. Behave yourself, we're proud of you. I still hear my mama's words every day. When I face obstacles in life, it's the little things she'd say that help me make it through. And throughout my life I pray. I still hear my mama's words every day. Well, hurry up, or we'll be late. Take smaller bites, but clean your plate. Keep your mouth closed when you chew. You know your dad and I will always love you. Now get to bed, you need your sleep. Be sure to brush all the teeth you want to keep. It's getting late, turn out that light. I'll be right there to tuck you in and say goodnight. I still hear my mama's words every day. When I face obstacles in life, it's the little things she'd say that that help me make it through, and throughout my life I pray. I still hear my mama's words every day. Well, she's departed from us now, but I'll see her once again in the sweet by and by. When I'm troubled or confused, not sure which way I should choose, Mama's voice reminds me, do your best and try. I still hear my mama's words every day. When I face obstacles in life, it's the little things she'd say that help me make it through, and throughout my life I pray. I still hear my mama's words every day. I still hear my mama's words every day. I woke just as my dream began unfolding, my startled thoughts in jumbled disarray. I never was much of a hand for holding visions from my sleeping mind. Suddenly unravel all the way. But while I dreamed, we walked hand in hand to visit. I was telling you how Daddy's holding up since you've been gone. You told me, son, it isn't always easy, is it? You know this other side's not all it's been cracked up to be. In gospel songs, I wake just as my dreams begin unfolding, my startled thoughts in jumbled disarray. I never was much of a hand for holding visions from my sleeping mind, suddenly unravel all the way. Mama, I wish you could have stayed here with us longer. Not forever, just until we didn't need you anymore, till Daddy laughed again and started feeling stronger. But that's just one more night mirage, as real as anything that came before. I woke just as my dream began unfolding, my startled thoughts in jumbled disarray. I never was much of a hand for holding visions from my sleeping mind, visions from my sleeping mind, suddenly unravel all the way, unraveled all the way. But now to sleep, I hope to dream. There's my mama, back shortly before I was born, and then shortly after I was born. And then down at Boquillas, Mexico, across from Big Bend National Park. She came down to visit while I was working down there. Back in the late 70s, I guess that would have been. If anybody knows how to keep a banjo in tune, let me know. This one's not a modern invention. This is from the 1920s. Not this individual, but the idea. It's a 6-string banjo. They're sometimes called a banjitar, but a 6-string banjo works for me. Here's a song that hasn't been out much lately. Stink bait dough, squished on a hook. You've got to know just how attractive that must look to an old catfish down in the mud. He takes a sniff, takes a bite, then he gives my line a tug. In my mind's eye, that cat's already cleaned and cooked. He's in the pan before he knows he's been hooked. Fresh apple pie here on my plate catches my eye like that big pot roast we just ate. And you flash a smile, a little shrug. I open wide, take a bite. You give my heartstrings one more tug. In my mind, in your mind's eye, that cat's already cleaned and cooked. I'm in the pan before I know I've been hooked. Catching fish takes discipline. You gotta learn to wait. I may think I'm the better fisherman, but you'll always have the better bait. Well, while I've got this 6-string banjo out, let's do the song I actually intended to do, which is not that one. I want to honor my buddy, Tim Henderson. He's been gone for about 8 years now, I think. I've got that pretty close. But Tim was a great ballad writer, probably the best ballad writer in his lifetime in the United States. But he also wrote some funny songs. Here's another one where you got to sing along with me, and I won't be able to hear you, but I'll know you're singing. My cousin Hester is a baby chick sexer. Nobody knows how she knows what she knows. Show her 10,000 chicks and there's not one'll perplex her. But nobody knows how she knows what she knows. She can sex 'em by day, she can sex 'em by night. Little hens on the left, little cocks on the right. Just wait 90 days, you'll find out she was right. And nobody knows, here you go, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows how she knows what she knows. Nobody knows how she knows, but she knows. And her mother, Rose Pfister, my own mother's sister, says nobody knows how she knows what she knows. Telling each little chick miss from each little mister. and nobody knows how she knows what she knows. Folks don't want cocks that crow, they want hens that lay eggs. And you can't tell a whole lot just by spreading their legs. And Hester won't tell though you plead and you beg. So nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows. Nobody knows how she knows what she knows. Nobody knows how she knows what she knows. And her father, old Cotter, he says of his daughter, nobody knows how she knows what she knows. She knows thousands of things, there's no way she should oughter. And nobody knows how she knows what she knows. She's the best chicken sexer for hundreds of miles. But I fear there's more witchcraft than knowledge in her guiles. And Hester just smiles, that inscrutable smile, and won't say how she knows. Nobody knows, so nobody knows, nobody knows. Nobody knows how she knows what she knows. Nobody knows how she knows, but she knows. From Tim Henderson. Well, let's get a 5-string banjo out. We're almost done here, but not quite. Got just a few more songs for you. So this 5-string was made in 1891. It's been around and played a whole lot of music. I want to sing you one of my newer songs on it. Always seems I'm playing the real new songs on this real old banjo. I think there's a nice symmetry to that. Let's just get it in tune first, huh? I mentioned it's been around since 1891, right? You'd be out of tune, too. There we go. Early in the morning, the air is still. Mist rises deep at the bottom of the hill. Oh, so careful, so your mama won't see. Come meet me by the sycamore tree. Soft quicksilver heart of the night, earth so still and the moon so bright. Slip out the screen door silently. Come meet me by the sycamore tree. Down by the creek where the sycamore grows, strip our bodies down to our souls. Skin so thin, your heartbeat shows. Praying nobody but the sycamore knows. Now and then in the middle of the day, everyone else is called away. You find a little time that's free. Come meet me by the sycamore sycamore tree. We were so young then, but the world has changed. Everything is rearranged, and we're old folks now, anyone can see. But you still meet me by the sycamore tree, down by the creek where the sycamore grows. Strip our bodies down to our souls, skin so thin your heartbeat shows, praying nobody but the sycamore knows. Come meet me by the sycamore tree. Now, I mentioned I have a 1949 KB1 International pickup truck, and I wrote a song that I hope kind of gives his perspective on the world. His name is Modesto, and let's see, right here. Okay, the bottom two pictures are Modesto. The top picture is Elroy, the 73 International I used to have, towing Modesto. We had just arrived back from down around Carlsbad, New Mexico, where I found Modesto sitting out in a field and brought him back and been working on restoring him very, very, very slowly ever since. But here's an attempt to see life through Modesto's eyes. I rolled off the line back in late '49, and they shipped me out west straight away. From Illinois rain to New Mexico plains, where skies are not cloudy all day. As soon as they brought me, the rancher who bought me made certain that I earned my pay. And now, 50 years later, I'm rusty but proud in the field where you found me today. Work hard every day as your maker intended, and do what you know to be right. When the sun sinks below the horizon, you know you'll sleep tired but happy at night. Well, I don't move too fast, you know I never did, but I've still got power to burn and work in a ranch on these hot, dusty plains. One thing you're certain to learn: slow and dependable goes a lot further than flashy and shiny and fast. Keep right on going, you'll get the job done, while others run flat out of gas. Work hard every day as your maker intended, and do what you know to be right. When the sun sinks below the horizon, I know you'll sleep tired but happy at night. Well, I always knew in my marrow I could beat any Chevy or Ford if I stuck to the straight and the narrow. One day I'd get my reward. But sitting out here in this pasture, I started feeling alone. Then today you showed up with a trailer saying, brother, I'm taking you home. Work hard every day as your maker intended, and do what you know to be right. When the sun sinks below the horizon, you know I'll sleep tired but happy tonight. And I sure will sleep tired but happy tonight, because I got to spend the evening with you wonderful folks. I got one more song for you, and thanks again to Joe and Bev. I know it's no small thing to put these together, and I'm very honored that you did it for me. I mentioned all those years I worked out on your public lands. I learned a lot of things, but one thing I learned is that folks do some dumb stuff. So this is an epitaph in honor of people who each year find new and creative ways to remove themselves from the human gene pool. You went to the desert this weekend to practice with your new shotgun. By blowing big holes in saguaro cactus, you thought it was lots of fun. And of course you were tweaking as usual, half out of your brain on meth. You put one too many rounds at the base of a big one. He fell on you and crushed you to death. Oh well, Darwin would have been so proud. Darwin would have been so proud. The way the fate shot you right out of the gene pool, Darwin would have been so proud. And you were lounging around in your lawn chair, wishing you knew how to fly, when suddenly you had a flash of brilliance and figured you should give it a try. A dozen large balloons full of helium lashed to that lawn chair tight. Next thing you knew, you were cruising above 10,000, watching 747s go by. Oh my, Darwin would have been so proud. Darwin would have been so proud. The way the fate plucked you right out of the gene pool, Darwin would have been so proud. If you're one of the many wading in the shallow end, you don't need to worry about dying in obscurity, friend. But the competition is getting tough. Show some creativity, and remember all awards are given posthumously. The highway patrol found the wreckage burning at the base of the cliff, and 100 feet up a smoking crater where they figured a small plane had hit. But from the huge spot scorched on the asphalt 3 miles away straight down the road, they finally pieced together quite a different story, and this is what the record showed. You were a surplus gadgetry junkie. That week you pulled off quite a coup. You found an unused solid fuel booster rocket. Figured it was made for you. You took your 67 Impala and welded that bad boy on top. Found a nice straight stretch of deserted highway and fired that sucker up. Wow, Darwin would have been so proud. Darwin would have been so proud. The way the fate blew you right out of the gene pool, Darwin would have been so proud. If you're one of the many wading in the shallow end, you don't need to worry about dying in obscurity, friend. But the competition is getting tough. Show some creativity, and remember, all awards are given posthumously. Yeah, yeah, yeah. yeah, Darwin would have been so proud. Oh, Darwin would have been so proud. The way the fate blew you right out of the gene pool, Darwin would have been so proud. Oh, what a treat for me. Thank you all so much for being here. And now we'll go over to the Bramble room here in just a little bit and visit some more. What's that? Joe, you say that the chat is going live saying one more, encore. Well, okay, if you insist. I can tell there's a lot of folks here that we met through the Kerrville Folk Festival or other folk events, so I'm gonna sing you my Kerrville Folk Festival song. It's another one you can sing along with. Don't worry, nobody can hear you but you. There we go. You wear the look of hard traveling. Where has the year taken you? I see we've all made our way back again, where our spirits are made new. We gather here to share this time from all life's many walks, to share the music, to share our songs, to sit alone and talk. Welcome home, wherever you may travel, anywhere you roam, you are never all alone. Welcome home. Whether you've never been here before or come back 40 times, you are a part of all our lives. Your family's part of mine. The way you write, the things you feel, the way you sing your song, the way your message helps me teach my children right from wrong. Welcome home, wherever you may travel, anywhere you roam, you are never all alone. Welcome home. You're a teacher, a minister, a writer and a fan, a patron and a smiling volunteer. From the start you didn't hesitate to love me as I am. May the good Lord guide our steps and bring us safely back next year. Welcome home, wherever we may travel, anywhere we roam, we are never all alone. Welcome home. Good night, folks, and thanks again. We'll see you back on Bramble for a little more visiting. And you folks over at YouTube Live, well, you can't join us over there, but glad you were here too. Good night, y'all.